Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast between Orxlayer and myself here on Steps of War. Right now I'm spawning over here on the top right hand side as the blue Terran player. Meanwhile my opponent is spawning on the bottom left hand side as the red Protoss player. Red Protoss now getting some probes as well, 8 probes. Orxlayer says, "Are you good?" And I said, "I'm alright. You are better according to Blizzard." Because Blizzard says um, that he was slightly favored in this matchup. So that's all that is to that. Pylon now being warped in by Orxlayer, pretty much a standard build at this point. No one really deviating from the supply depot or that pylon early on. So we'll see. Perhaps we might see some rushes. Right now we have a probe now being built with that chrono boost, and pretty much I'm waiting for the game to get to its like high level play and where tech starts happening and scouting starting happening. So right now, already sending out this SCV. SCV going to be an early scout to try to see when he's going to get his gas. The earlier he gets his gas, the earlier I know that I have to start dealing with stalkers and not just what's it called, not just zealots. The zealots are fairly easy to counter for a Terran player. Reapers deal so much damage, it's not even funny, especially with those DA charges against those buildings. So you can't even run away from a Reaper, because then they'll just start taking down your pylons. As a Protoss player, you really have to engage them. Fortunately, those Reapers are very, very low on hit points, very easy to take down. SCV now just running around that, trying to take down some of those just trying to do some scouting, trying to keep track when that gas is going to be brought into play right now. SCV now moving around and hitting back up and still finding that single gateway. Sees that gateway is now producing a single zealot, so knows that I'll have to deal with that in just a second. Right now I get an SCV get all stuck right there, and the pathing is improved but not by much. So look at that, he's just twitch, and now once again heads back out, so taking a lot of damage right now, and then once again trying to move back around. Marine has been produced. I'm going to go ahead and bring that Marine back inside. Come on, lower that supply depot. Come on, lower it. Oh, lowering that supply depot and bringing that Marine back in and then coming back up. So a little close action right there. Now coming back into here, I believe the SCV, SCV still sitting right here, still doing some scouting, and now it's going to have to deal with the Zealot. Zealot quickly takes him down, and now we have the Zealot now moving out to, now we have some gateways and a Forge now being warped in. So I did in fact see that Forge being warped in. Tech Lab now being put down. I cancel it because once again I think the Tech Lab looks like a reactor as it's being built. It's just round and circle, and that's what the reactor core looks like. So I always do like a double take. Perhaps they can change that animation, or I can just stop being a noob and stop canceling my Tech Lab as it's halfway being built. Gonna go ahead and turn on that unit hit points right now, and the unit overlay to do the count. 19 SCVs against 18, 2 Zealots versus 1 Marine. But now I am producing Reapers and getting that secondary barracks. And now we have Orxlayer setting up those early photon cannons. So those photon cannons towards that front of that base, going to just sit in this position. Just sit in this position and be able to make it very hard for me to try to push in right now with that Forge. So it's going to be very difficult for me to even use these Reapers effectively, unfortunately. So I am producing Reapers. I'm trying, because I'm thinking, okay, he didn't get his gas early, so I don't have to really deal with that many Stalkers. But in fact, he does already have his Cybernetics core and now getting gas, and Stalkers will be joining the army in just a moment. Getting that secondary gas right now. Me on the other hand, I'm going dual gas and now getting my orbital command, sitting at 21/20 in terms of SCV production. So looking pretty good right now. Also, I did a quick check, or someone made me do a double check. There are only 8 mineral piles, so it is not 9 like I originally thought. So the magic number is going to be 26. No, 22. Not 24 in terms of SCV count. So right now, looking at that, I need 3 more SCVs and then I'm done in this position. Right now I have 3 Reapers, getting a 4th one, have a reactor, and also getting another Tech Lab. So I'm trying a little bit more of an infantry build this time. Trying to use infantry as opposed to always going to tier 2 and seeing how that works out for me. As a lot of the units are really, really strong in tier 1. Marines are pretty strong once you get their stim packs and their shields have decent hit points. And also those Marauders deal a lot of damage as well. So there's a Tech Lab, there's a Reactor Core, getting more Reapers as well, and now gonna come in with those Reapers and those Marines, and I'm going to see if I can really push into this position. Going to try to come up, get shot by a couple of those cannons, and realize I cannot really push into this position right now. He's also warping in a cannon on that backside, as photon cannons are now trying to destroy some of those Marines, and I am trying to talk as my computer is freezing because the i7 core issue. Come on. Okay. Oh, come on. The game does not freeze like this when I play, only when I'm shoutcasting, so that's rather annoying. Okay, now he also cast a force field behind me with using that disruptor. Almost traps all my Marines in, and oh gosh, come on. Okay, gonna stand over here and hopefully, yeah, I'm not gonna go back to the action yet, as probably that's delaying the game right there. Okay, coming back, here it is. Game once again goes back underway, so I just gotta click away a little bit. But yeah, unable to really push in. Photon cannons are now once again recharging that shield. I'm not gonna be able to push back in, and now more photon cannons being warped in as well. So I'm getting more Marauders, getting more Marines, getting some SCVs, and I really want to be able to push out with this attack. And with him sitting in his base and with him getting those cannons, I can tell that he wants to turtle up a little bit more. So I'm in fact going to set up my natural expansion right now, thinking that I can mine from it, as he is a little bit concerned about me trying to press in on his front door. So I'm going to give the appearance that I have a strong army outside his base with what, one Marauder, a couple Reapers, and some Marines as well. So just a very, very overall balanced army right there. So 3 cannons trying to fight up over here. I'm going to have a group of Reapers try to hop up on the side ground, but no, unfortunately there is another cannon there. So once again, those Reapers are going to be forced to be pushed back away right now. Orxlayer sitting at 42 over 58. Meanwhile, I am sitting at 43 over 43. So I need some supply depots, building some supply depots in the back of my base right now. Also called down the single supply depot, so that supply drop provides additional supply. This one supply depot providing 16 food right there. Factory now being placed down, and I think I'm going to go for a tech lab and also build for the starport in order to get those medevacs, in order to heal and lengthen my units right now. So starport now being brought into play, tech lab now being produced, and I'm going to click away, as maybe when I click away, yeah, once again the game is once again no longer having any freezing issues. So there are a fair number of Marauders, a fair number of Reapers, and I'm going to try to push in on this front door with this army, have those Marines in the front. Those Marines will take 3 shots before they are destroyed by those photon cannons. So perhaps the D8 charges from those Marines. I don't realize how many cannons he actually has up here on this higher ledge. I thought he maybe had 3, but he really now has up to 5. So this is going to really make this push really, really painful. Sitting at 52 over 78 food against 48 over 66. Probe count 24, 24. Everyone's pretty much even. His probe is now going to come out, try to pop out. Down it goes. I'm getting killed in just a second, and now just sitting out there. So make him feel like he needs to stay in his base. Now he's warping in even more stalkers. So Orxlayer sitting on 51 over 66 food, and here I am sitting with the fair size army over here. Orbital Command, and now dropping in some additional mules in order to harvest more minerals. I think I read somewhere that Husky StarCraft said it was like 280 minerals during that mining trip. Probe now being warped in, and now Colossi being built. Colossi being built for those all-powerful Immortals. So those Marauders are going to be a very, very hard, are going to be trying to be used in order to try to counter those units right now. Those Immortals dealing 50 damage towards other armored units. So I need so Terran really needs a non-armored unit that does high damage to really counteract those Immortals. Otherwise, they always have to go Banshees. But with the number of Stalkers, that's going to be really hard. I do, in fact, set up a single siege tank in this position and now try to move in with that medevac. Medevac now trying to do some shooting, and I'm trying to figure out what exactly my strategy is going to be. Lose a single Reaper in this fight, and now here comes those Stalkers and those Zealots right now. Zealots trying to come into play, and let's see, its computer's still lagging. Come on, change point of view so that it stops lagging. Okay, so once again coming back over here, Marauders trying to pick off Disruptors and Immortals continuing to push in. Medevac's trying to heal up those Marines. Marines not having stim packs are not a good counter to those Immortals. Immortals, as soon as those Marines have stim pack, and once again, there's that shell. The shell reducing the amount of damage that those Immortals, or that the Immortals take from those Marines. Stay tuned for part 2 and the conclusion of this replay between Orxlayer and myself here on Steps of War.